Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love, and on today's video, we're gonna talk about how I gained weight. We're gonna do a weigh-in, and I'm also gonna talk to you about what I'm eating now to lose the weight. For those of you that don't know, I've lost over 100 pounds. I've been maintaining my weight for about 15 years. And up until about 2 years ago, I just started little by little, gaining a pound here, gaining 2 pounds here, going on a trip, coming back, just from traveling and holidays and this and that. And coming from someone who has lost weight, that knows exactly how, I know exactly how I'm supposed to be eating, and even I've gained weight. So if you've recently gained weight, or you're on a weight loss journey and have just been kind of like on that struggle bus, you're not alone. Trust me, it's happened to me even just recently. Now, it is so easy to gain weight. So I don't want you to feel bad about gaining a few pounds, or even if it's a lot of pounds. A lot of the food out there that we consume that are snacky are meant to be overconsumed. Chips, ice cream, candy, all of those products, especially when they're just highly processed, they have ingredients on there that just trigger your brain to want more, and more, which is why you want to stay completely away from that. Now, I've been doing keto and low carb for many, many years. But just to make a long story short, like how I ended up gaining weight on keto is because I was just overeating and over snacking. And that's just the truth. I film a lot of recipes. I'm in the kitchen a lot. I love to cook. I love to eat. And even though I always try to be mindful, I am someone who is very mindful of like what I eat. So for me to gain weight, I know it is so easy for you or anybody to gain weight, which is why I'm putting this video together. I'm also documenting everything, okay? So whenever my family, friends, when they want advice on how to lose weight, I basically tell them to do what I am doing now. So I'm gonna finally, I should have done this a long time ago, but I am finally making just like a very easy meal plan on something you can follow today, 2 years from now, 10 years from now. It'll work. And yeah, I'm happy to be putting it together because, like I mentioned, it is very easy to overeat. It's very easy to oversnack. So when you're following something like a little bit more structured, it just makes your journey a lot easier. It kind of takes the questions out of the equation, and hopefully that's what it will do for you. But I finally just said, you know what? I need to do something about it. My jeans are starting to fit me tight. My tops are looking a little, fitting me a little snug. My jackets, like I remember putting on a jacket and I could just feel it a little tight on my shoulders and arms. I was like, okay, which is probably one of the reasons why I've stayed away from stepping on the scale. But today we're doing it. But overall, I'm super excited. I haven't been this excited about just being kind of like getting back on track in years. And I just feel it. I feel like a weight loss journey, and we can call it a weight loss journey because it is a little mini journey. You have to be excited about it. You have to want to do it. You can't do this for your husband. You cannot do this for your friends. It has to be for you. Like you have to want it in your gut and your soul because it's the only way you're gonna stick to it. I'm telling you right now, I've tried many, many times for different reasons. Oh, because, so-and-so is on track and, I wanna do it because she's doing it, or, this is, no. Nobody told me anything. This was literally something that was just inside me and I was like, Myra, it's time. And when you tell yourself that it's time, that's when you will know you're gonna stick to it. And like in order for anything to work, you just need the consistency. You need the focus, you need to be consistent, and you just need to follow through with the plan because it will work. So anyway, not to go too far into that, but yeah, let's go ahead and do a weigh-in. We'll go into my restroom right now. I'm gonna step on the scale. I literally have not stepped on a scale at my house in like literally 3 years. But I feel like it's just, you have to do a weigh-in. Even if you just do it like once or like once a month or like once every couple weeks. I don't feel like, I'm not that person that wants to get on a scale every day because your weight fluctuates daily, depending on your hormones, depending on that time of the month, depending on like so many different things. So I feel like a daily weigh-in is definitely not necessary. I think maybe a weekly, bi-weekly, or even monthly. Okay, so let's go into the restroom. We're gonna do a weigh-in, see where I'm at. I'm like, ah! And this will be my first official weigh-in, okay? Come on. All right, dun, 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 dun. Let's see where I'm at. Kind of nervous about this. This is my Dara scale from FitTrack. This one's actually really, really cool. It's linked to an app through Bluetooth, and it shows everything from 190.2. So I've pretty much been like 175 to 185 for, I would say, about 15 years. So 190, it's not horrible, but it's definitely, you know, it's definitely higher than what I've been. So now, after you get on the scale, it basically just transfers all of the info onto the app. So just remember that measuring your weight doesn't really give you like the full picture, and I'm gonna show you why. So do you see here where you can see that my body fat is pretty low? It's at 31%, and my muscle rate is at 64%. So it just shows you that the weight number it's mostly due to the muscle and not the fat mass. I just really love this app because it keeps me motivated and accountable. And of course, for better accuracy, you just wanna weigh yourself barefoot. And if you browse through the app, they have like programs, they have like different little meal plans, and they even have classes. So if you wanna take like a upper body core workout, they have all of these in the application. So, and I do have a discount code, which is low carb love. You get 20% off. I'll leave it linked in the description below, but honestly, it's super, super helpful just to be able to kind of keep track of not only your weight, but your fat percentage. And then obviously just keep track of like how much water you're drinking, your calories for the day, and just being able to kind of track your steps and everything all in one app. It really makes it that much easier. But all right, here we are, 190 pounds. Now I do want to do kind of like, I'm gonna be doing a weekly weigh-in anyway, but let me know if you wanna see like a weekly weigh-in, bi-weekly, monthly. I'm happy to share everything that I'm doing. Remember, I'm putting everything that I'm doing into like down on paper so that you can follow it with me. And whether you're trying to lose 10 pounds, 50 or 100 pounds, it's gonna be helpful across the board. But I do wanna just kind of tell you the things that I have changed recently that have really, really been helping out. So I wish I would have weighed myself a week ago because I've already been doing it a little over a week. So I'm pretty sure I was probably at about 195-ish pounds or so. That's me just like thinking, you know? But let's go over here, just where the light isn't as bright. Okay, so this light's much better. So the changes that I've made just recently, last week, has been one, my coffee. So coffee is huge for me. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I am a huge coffee drinker. If you don't follow me, it's Low Carb Love. Go do so. I share recipes, I share my life, I share everything on there. But my coffee drink has changed drastically. So if I go to Starbucks, I love their brown sugar oat milk shake and espressos, but they are loaded with carbs, loaded with sugar. The calories aren't too bad, but just know when you're having a lot of sugar and carbs, your insulin through the roof, and you cannot lose weight, you cannot lose body fat while your insulin is elevated. So my order now is a triple espresso with cinnamon powder, shaken in a venti cup. It's an iced triple blonde espresso with cinnamon powder, and then they shake it kind of like they do a brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso, and then I add my own milk. So I add my own unsweetened creamer. If I don't have creamer on hand, I'll do an unsweetened milk. It does not taste the same, but I love it. I am so happy with it, and I really truly believe it has made a big difference, because when I think about it, I'm like, how much sugar I was consuming at the end of the week, I was like, eeh. So that's another thing that adds up very quickly. Calories add up so quick in drinks because they have a lot of sugar. So even if you're having an iced tea, if you're having a soda that's not like a diet, if you're having like boba drinks, if you're having a smoothie, they add up, I'm telling you. So just always be very, very mindful of your drinks. So first thing I've done, my drinks, my coffee. Huge change. I feel like it's already working. Secondly, another thing I've been doing is intermittent fasting. So right now it is 1:26 p.m. and I haven't eaten anything yet. I have officially broken my fast though, because I did have some coffee, but I tried to fast until about noon. So that's pretty much when I started drinking my coffee, was about noon. I feel like for me, it feels good. I think always listen to your body, but intermittent fasting is great. Not only because it helps detoxify your body, but you can reap a lot of benefits in terms of your insulin. So like a lot of people that just so happen to be overweight are insulin resistant. So intermittent fasting also helps with that. It helps burn your own body fat. Remember, we were talking about not consuming so much fat because you have it on your body. A way to burn your own body fat is by eating very low carb. So as soon as your body burns through the fuel that you've actually consumed, it will start burning your own body fat. But the only way to do that is if you're eating very low carb. I'm not a big fan of very low calories. I'm really just not. And I know I owe you a video on low calories and why that doesn't work, which I will film, promise. But I will say that you still need to be conscious of your calories. So just be mindful. Like, you're not gonna sit down and eat like, I don't know how to explain it, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you cannot sit down and eat everything in sight and just because it's like healthy and eat and eat and eat and think like, well, I'm eating healthy, it should be fine. Like, no, it's not. It's not gonna be fine, especially if you are really actively trying to lose weight. You just have to do what it takes. And one of them is just being mindful of how much food you're consuming, right? Because what got us to gain weight in the first place is over consuming food. So if that makes sense, now we have to kind of reverse that. So you have to just be mindful of how much food you're consuming. It is what it is. So intermittent fasting has been very helpful so far. I love to start my day off with eggs. I hope you're not someone who does not like eggs. Eggs are just such a great, it's just such a great macronutrient. It is the perfect balance of like the ratios, the macro ratios are great. They're just really nutritious and they are so easy. Just depends. Like for me, I love quickly making even like an air fryer omelet. Love to throw it into the air fryer while I'm doing my makeup. It comes out perfect and fluffy every time. It is super nutrient dense, high in protein, super delicious. I love to top it with some Mexican salsa and it literally hits the spot every time. But if not, even like a poached egg, even hard-boiled eggs, like eggs are just a great food. If not, then obviously just something high in protein. I say focus on protein because protein is gonna make you feel nice and satiated, feeling nice and full for longer periods of time than like oatmeal or something more like carby, like an apple, a banana. That's not gonna make you feel satisfied. If anything, it's gonna get your insulin, it's gonna rise your insulin and you're gonna want more and more. So high protein, healthy fats. Some bone broth is always really, really good. Bone broth is super nutritious, great for your gut health. For lunch, I love to do more protein. If I'm really trying to stay on track, meal prep. Meal prep is really great, especially if you're someone that is just getting started, because I don't know about you, but if I am hungry, like if I'm hungry, I'm literally gonna eat whatever is in front of me. I don't care at that point, because I'm like, dude, I'm hungry. Like I'll plan tomorrow. So just make sure that you're prepared. I think that that's been really, really helpful for me. I've been prepping veggies. So I have a lot of like cucumbers. I have like my little Persian cucumbers, pickles. I have carrots, chicken like already in a container. It just makes my life so much easier. Let me know if you want to see how I prep some of that stuff for the week. I don't share a lot of that, but that is completely up to you. If you want me to share, comment down below, let me know, and I will share what I do. Like, especially right now that I'm going back to basics and I'm really like actively trying to lose some weight, I really want to share that with you because I haven't done it here on the channel. And I think that it would be really, really helpful if you are actively trying to lose weight. So just let me know. Another thing that has been super helpful is hydrating. So it's not easy for me to drink water. I know it sounds stupid even saying it, but it's the truth. Plain water has always been, not always, I think as I've gotten older, it's just become more difficult for me to drink it. But I have my cool jug that is a half gallon. I try to drink 2 of those a day. And on days when I'm really, really struggling, I'll put in like a little electrolyte packet and I know that I'm getting my electrolytes and it tastes like lemonade and there's no carbs, no calories, no sugar in it. So I do that. It makes it really easy. But sometimes when you feel like snacking, Sometimes it's just that you're thirsty. And I know I've heard people say that before, and I'm like, what? Like, how am I gonna confuse being thirsty for being hungry? But I will say that I did a challenge. I challenged myself to drink a gallon of water a day, and I promise you, I snacked a lot less than I usually do. So I was really surprised to see that. So these are just like little things that you can start doing. Remember, I am putting all of this down in a little plan that you can follow kind of day by day. That's gonna make it so much easier. But if you are impatient, you can like start to at least implement some of these things now. And lastly, one of the things that I feel has been working has been moving my body more. Now, you don't have to go to the gym. You can do home workouts. I'm also putting together like a little home workout with my trainer, so that if you don't go to the gym, or you don't have time for the gym, or you can't afford to like have a personal trainer, she is amazing. And we're doing it so that you can literally work out and see results, like in terms of your booty, in terms of a little back muscle, a little arm definition. Like, I'm not trying to look like I'm gonna go compete. I'm not trying to look like I'm like this, you know, crazy, I don't wanna say crazy, but like, I don't wanna look like I am all cut up and a lot of definition on my body. Like, I still wanna look the way I do, just a little more toned. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm putting together a little something where you can see a nice little definition on your arm, your booty can look a little bit rounder, your legs can look a little, you know, more toned, things like that. But I've been doing a little bit of cardio. 3 times a week, I do weight training, and I try to do cardio about 3 times a week as well. And so it's not I'm not like obsessing about the gym like I did in the past. But I really believe that it's helpful. It really is. If you're like, Myra, I do not want to work out. I just don't. Maybe you want to dance. Throw on some music and dance for 30 minutes and really dance, like even alone, like no one has to watch you, where you're just like, that's great cardio. Like, I don't know if you remember back in the day going to the club and you're like, oh my gosh, like you're super sweaty and stuff. It's cardio. Like, it is so helpful. I've done that sometimes when I'm like, dude, I am not trying to work out today. Like, this is just not it today. I'll throw on music, blast it, and just dance. So, but all of that to say that moving your body will definitely also help. And I think it's just a combination of everything. Drinking water, moving your body, you know, like knowing that you're doing something good for your body overall, it just makes you feel like, it makes you feel happy because you know you're doing something good for yourself, you know? And at the end of the day, like, we have one body. This is it. One, you know? And as I get older, I just think like I really want to do everything I can to live a healthy life. Like, back in the day, I tried to be skinny. I was always thinking about shrinking my body. Like, I'm over that now. Like, that is not my focus. I want to look healthy. I want to look good. And I want to, most importantly, I want to feel good. And so that's my whole goal with everything that I'm doing right now. I want to feel good. So anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this video. This is, again, my first weigh-in in 3 years. I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm doing this. I feel like showing you, it's like gonna hold me accountable, and it's just going to be a cool little journey for us to go on together. I wanna bring you along. I think it's just gonna help me. I hope that it can help you if you're also just trying to lose some weight, trying to get a little bit of inspo, maybe a little motivation. But yeah, if you have friends and family that are also just trying to lose some weight, share this video with them, share my channel with them. It might be really, really helpful. You never know. But thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I will see you on my next video. Mwah.